A subculture is any culture patterning that preserves important features of the dominant society, but provides for values, norms, and behaviors of its own. Marketers use subculture classification of consumers to help determine goods and services needed. All nations around the globe are made up of various subcultures. The benefits consumers seek in the marketplace vary from subculture to subculture. It is this diversity that leads marketers to develop different mixes of products to promote them in different ways. Let's take a look at some of these subcultures. For the first time in U.S. immigration history, the largest number of first-year immigrants is not from a Latin country. Asian Americans' impact and influence are shifting and growing.
The changing face of the modern American family. A new study by Pew Research uncovered a surprising fact. Tonight, the fastest growing wave of immigrants are Asian, supplanting Hispanics. They are settling in some surprising parts of this country and going after the American dream with gusto. And here's ABC's Sharon Alfonsi.
Sue Kim Abood is one of the faces behind those new numbers. The daughter of Korean immigrants, they expected excellence from her.
I honestly don't think I brought home a C ever. My sister did once. Her life wasn't the same for about another year.
It's a philosophy that paid off. She's now a successful surgeon, author, professor, and mother of 2 young children, the embodiment of the modern Asian family. Forget poor, huddled masses. This wave of immigrants is highly educated and successful. Asians now streaming into the country faster than Hispanics, the result of a slowdown in illegal immigration and the rise in demand for high-skilled workers. And take a look at where they're heading. Metro Detroit, now 37% Asian. Many engineers here for jobs in the auto industry. Nevada, Arizona, even Texas, seeing their Asian population skyrocket. Chinese scientists recruited for work in aerospace. Filipino nurses recruited to work for Texas Medical Center. Fueling their success? Family. The survey shows Asians place more importance on having a good marriage, being a good parent, and pushing their children academically than any other group. The survey showing 49% of Asians hold a college degree, 70% of Indians, compared to 28% of the general population. The average Asian household income, $66,000, higher too. Sue Kim Abood says her success can be linked directly to her parents.
Members of this diverse group are starting businesses, creating jobs, and contributing to the U.S. economy with an $825 billion in consumer buying power, which is expected to rise to $1.1 trillion by 2020, according to a recent Nielsen report.
So what are some of the factors that are important to you or your family in your purchasing decisions?
I think if my family would make a decision, I think that it would kind of tip towards more the price over the quality.
I mean, I can tell you personally, like when it comes to my family, it's quality versus price, and I feel like price is in like all caps for the most part.
Well, I think a brand matters, so I go for a specific brand. And then from that point, I'll start comparing.
When my parents and I were getting our new phones, my parents are like, no, we're gonna get Samsung. Like no matter what, because we're Korean. But I'm the Apple girl in the family, but they want Samsung because they know it's from Korea.
So nowadays, do you guys happen to find positive or relatable images of yourself in promotions or marketing or advertising?
Whenever I see an Asian American on it, I pay more attention. Yeah, I like to see it. And
Is it more of a sense of like pride? Are you proud that you're seeing it, or are you just?
No, most of the time I actually judge more. Because I'll be like, that doesn't
Is it
seem...
legit?
Right,
Yeah,
it's
when I
like...
see like an Asian American on the commercial, I'm like, wait, are they really using an Asian American for the first time? And I'm like, wait, what are they selling?
The purchasing power of this group is becoming increasingly attractive to marketers and causes them to address these niche markets with creative product merchandising and media approaches. There are 562 federally recognized Indian tribes, bands, nations, pueblos, communities, and villages in the United States. Approximately 229 of these are located in Alaska. The rest are located in 33 other states. Each of these tribes are linguistically, ethnically, and culturally different. There are 23 Indian tribes located in New Mexico, 19 pueblos, 3 Apache tribes, and the Navajo Nation. The buying power of this group is estimated at $96 billion and is expected to rise by 28% by 2018. Ever since the 19th century, Native Americans were used to promote products from medicine to cigarettes. Images of Native Americans decorated packages and advertisements. Native Americans have voiced their offense by the stereotypical portrayal of Native Americans' names, images, and even the way they are portrayed has caused outrage among many of these indigenous people. Being Native American myself, I feel like we're being mocked and made fun of. Our culture and our heritage is very important to us, and when others make fun of it, it is very hurtful and disrespectful.
Oh my God. What? Tribal temptation.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Well, right off the bat, the first thing I notice is the axe, because we're savages.
Chief Hottie Body. I don't even want to say that. Like, that feels wrong.
Indian Brave. And I love the fact that the Indian Brave is portrayed by somebody who looks incredibly like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
This is ridiculous. It's like a little black dress.
I feel like I need a really big shower after wearing this crap.
I can't say anything.
I feel frustrated that this costume exists.
What is this even made of? I think it's supposed to look like suede or like animal skin.
Accuracy on a scale of 1 to 10 is like -4,000.
I don't believe there are any headbands that have the feather in the front like this.
When you see beads on an actual powwow dress, every single pattern means something.
A costume like this keeps Native Americans in the past, as if we're not real people today.
There's a medicine, a jingle dress, and everything on that dress means something. They put a prayer into every cone before they attach it to the dress.
There actually feels like there's something pretty disrespectful about wearing a people group as a costume.
You're not dressing up as a Viking or an ancient Roman. Those people aren't around anymore, and this is still very real to us.
Because it's so inaccurate, it almost feels like a joke. Like someone's making fun of me and all of the things that my people fought and died to hold on to.
I actually belong to the Sioux Nation, and you don't get to tell me that this isn't offensive.
I don't think anybody's making these costumes to be deliberately racist.
I actually think I have more of an authority to tell you when it's offensive and that sort of thing, because I've lived with this my entire life.
So if somebody of the people group is telling you that it's wrong, that should be enough for you.
Companies like Urban Outfitters and Navajo Line have Native Americans less than thrilled about the recent clothing trends of Native looks. The main issue is how the Native Americans are represented, who gets to represent them, and who gets to profit. Marketers have to be careful when using any kind of Native American influence in their products and advertising. Offending a large part of the population would not be good for business. Another subculture of America is Arab Americans. The Census Bureau estimates that at least 1.9 million Americans are of Arab descent. They share a common Arabic language and heritage. Many Arab immigrants have been business and landowners. Many have come here fleeing political unrest and warlike conditions in their home countries. Like Native Americans, they are tired of being misrepresented with negative stereotypes about their culture.
Our business has been an embodiment of America's long-standing tolerance. This is Shatila Bakery.
I'm part of a family that owns authentic Yemeni restaurants.
We own a bakery, Middle Eastern. It's been open for 30 years.
We began in 1979. The founder was my father. He immigrated here from Lebanon due to the war in 1976, and he came and began his own American dream. So he started with a very, very small store, and he baked everything himself.
My family's from Yemen. My father immigrated to the U.S. in 1973, I believe.
My father moved here in 1995.
Now we have the bakery here. We have a large shipping department, and we ship all over the U.S. and worldwide. We have about 200 employees total.
We have 10 to 15 employees.
Total of probably 20 to 25 in this location.
Many of our employees, what they do have in common is that they're fleeing a difficult situation, whether it be Lebanon, whether it be Iraq or Syria. Almost everyone here has found the American dream in Dearborn, and they've grown from that.
We're a big community in Dearborn. We're here to support our families. We're here to make better living. We're here to, have our kids educated. We're here to get better chances in living like anybody else.
Above all else, I would say that we feel misrepresented at times.
Since, the ban, Mr. Trump came up with, it's pretty hard. I mean, people are very devastated, sad, shocked.
People feel like they have almost a loss of security, and they feel misunderstood.
There are millions of American consumers still being ignored. Millions of consumers who are waiting to see which brands will be smart enough to embrace them as fellow Americans.